and welcome to Crackin Up, your go-to podcast for spinal health, wellness tips and how to live your best and most aligned life. We are your trusted chiropractors. My name is Laura Rigby.
I'm Francesca Alison Lewis.
And we're both chiropractors today and travel enthusiasts, which, lucky for you, is what our podcast is about today.
Yeah, everyone's going away, so we might as well do it on travel now.
Definitely.
Perfect time.
So we're going to give our top tips on how to live your best holiday life, how to stay well before, during and after you get back from holiday. And we've got some top tips for you that we're going to share right now. So, Francesca, do you want to start?
Yeah, so should we start with the pre-holiday kind of check-in kind of stuff?
Yeah.
So this is more to make sure that the body as well is ready for the holiday. So if you're getting any pains and stuff beforehand, to get it checked, especially because I know that people go away, they sit on sun lounges and they're always like, well, I had a little kind of pain beforehand and then it kind of got worse and worse throughout the holiday, and we don't want that. So it's always worth to, if you're already seeing a chiropractor, to get it checked beforehand and then maybe pre-adjustments before.
Yeah, but also I think a lot of people, maybe usually women, or actually no, that's not fair to say, men and women, when you're working hard and it's really intense before you go on holiday, you've got deadlines, you're sitting in front of a computer loads, you're trying to bang out all the emails and get everything done before you go on holiday, or if you've got kids, you're trying to pack their cases, get everything that you need, suntan cream, blah 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 blah, and then you get on holiday and boom, your back goes, or just before holiday. But I know in practice I see this so often, and then it ruins a holiday, and that's a shame. So I think really what we're trying to say is make sure that you do get looked after before going away as well. Certainly if you know that you normally put your back out or end up with problems whilst you're on holiday, get a checkup beforehand, just to make sure everything is okay, to mitigate any problems. I think then we're talking about travelling, but you touched on sun lounges as well, which as we're talking about that sun lounger posture, that not quite sitting, not quite lying posture where you kind of like semi-reclined in the sun lounger and you're sitting not on your bum but like kind of like on your lower back, that is a high way to putting your back out, actually sometimes even herniating a disc. I have seen that happen as well. So just make sure you're doing one or the other, like sit on the sun lounger or lie on the sun lounger, but that semi-reclined position puts a lot of pressure on the nerves.
I think we explained it beforehand
that one might be better.
That when you're seated normally and then when you're on that sun lounger, you're pressing on all of these sacral nerves, and that's when people start to
sacral nerves and opening up these disc spaces as you round your back. You can't do it on this, but this, your spine will round here, so it'll open up all these bones and put a lot of pressure on the discs as well.
But I'll definitely get people who'll come in and say it started after a sun lounger. And it's always either the solid ones as well.
Yeah.
And it's like I stay there, fell asleep for 2 hours, and then it went.
If they've not got sunburn, they put their back out.
Double whammy.
I think the other one as well, I mean, we're going to get to how to get on holiday safely, but actually, no, whilst it's on my mind, I think I might as well. It's if you're carrying heavy luggage, so putting it into the car, getting it off the carousel, in the airport or anything like that. It's just making sure that there's nothing elegant about doing it, and I make sure I wear super comfortable travelling clothes. Don't dress like you're about to go out in the club, and certainly don't turn up in your rollers like some people do. And when you're getting your luggage off the carousel, take a good big wide horse riding stance, take all that room up, doesn't matter, elbow everybody out the way, to pull your bag off, rather than bending forward on a carousel that's moving to try and pick 23, if you're like me, 23.5 kilos, try and push as much as you can off the carousel. You want to make sure that you're ready for that weight,
because as soon as like you come forward and you're not engaged enough, that's when people will throw their back out a bit more.
Totally. So it's like a big squat position, sumo squat
kind of
almost.
make sure you engage your core firstly.
Yeah, good
if
for
you
you.
understand how to do that, then we can help with that as well.
Maybe we should do some YouTube videos, some Instagram
No,
videos.
we do need that.
And then even so, like putting your luggage in the car, if you're going camping or something like that, just making sure, and then reaching into the boot, try and get your luggage so the handles are facing the right way, so you're not reaching too far forward. We've had things like getting into vans, stooping in low in vans and trying to pick up heavy things. Squat again, just because you're in a van doesn't mean you've got to lose form, so making sure you're using appropriate lifting techniques, because there's a lot of stress when you go on holiday. You're normally rushing, or the kids are crying, are we there yet, or something's going on, so you want to make sure that you mitigate all the chances of hurting your back. And we're talking a lot about lower back because it is usually
low back that goes.
Yeah. some neck and shoulders, but that's normally with long travelling.
Yeah, long. But that's what so the pre-holiday as well is actually how to sit in a plane as well, because a lot of the time we're finally on the plane, we're relaxed, but then we get a bit lazy. It's always especially if it's a long flight, we need to move. You might fall asleep, it's fine, make sure you fall asleep upright as well or in the right position, but making sure that you are moving about, even if you're just walking up and down the plane when you're allowed to. That will just get your body moving, come out of that position, get the blood flowing again, get the muscles engaged, and so that you're not staying in that static position where the bones, the ligaments and everything are going to get stuck, and that's when you need to move.
Yeah, I think if you go back to your science lessons and remember creep deformity, I love talking about this, so that you can only liken it to a bookshelf. You've got a bookshelf, really long one, mid-air, with loads of books on it. And you've not added another book or taken a book off it for years, because obviously you've read them all. And all of a sudden you notice after maybe 10 years it starts to stoop in the middle. And like I say, you've not added or taken anything off. But creep deformity, when something's under a lot of pressure for a long period of time, things will start to move and slowly deform a wee bit. So that is what we call creep deformity. The same thing happens to our ligaments and tendons. So if you're sitting for a long period of time, then you're going to exhibit creep deformity. If you are okay, you've not got any problems, that's totally fine, and you can get up and move around. First step, you might go, oh, and then you're absolutely fine. When we get problems with our lower backs especially, you'll probably find that it takes a little bit longer, and then as the problem gets worse, it takes even longer to get moving, and you'll experience discomfort sitting for long periods of time. If you're already like that, one, you need to get checked anyway by somebody, okay? But that is definitely the case. If you're already aware of that and you're flying anywhere, then just making sure that you get up. If you're driving, same thing. What I normally say to patients is, if you're sitting for a long period of time, if it's in a meeting, if you're driving, if you're flying and you can't get up for whatever reason, just kind of like hula hoop your hips around, tilt them from side to side, rock back and forth to stop that setting in, that creep deformity. I think that's the best thing that you can do for yourself.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention. So if you are in on a plane and you can't get up, or you've got to look after kids, normally what happens is make sure that you're doing it seated at least, so that you are using your pelvic tilt rotations and side twisting just very slowly, not fast. Just doing side twisting just to make sure that you are keeping the blood flowing and keep moving.
I think your blood flowing, you said ankle rolls as well, didn't you?
Ankle rolls as well, yeah, big thing as well, because it's high altitude, and making sure that you are probably engaging the whole body. So ankle rolls as well, just to keep the blood flow, circulation going well.
Stop your risk of, or reduce your risk of blood clots, which is the biggest thing there. And then neck and shoulders. So we all fall asleep dribbling on ourselves or something like that. I think there's these collars, I've never tried them, so I don't know, but they look quite good. These collars that you can kind of wrap around your neck, and it'll keep you upright. So it might be worth trying those, or just a sleep pillow that you can just kind of rest your head a little bit as well. Some airplanes have the foldy bits that you can fold around your head. They've got a name, I don't know it, so it'll stop you from going too far. And again, if you've got neck problems, that is definitely going to set off neck issues. So just making sure that you do the best that you can for your body. Try different things. You could even get it beforehand and try it on the sofa.
But also, if you don't want to buy these, there's always some in airports, but if you don't, you can always just roll up a hoodie or something and place it around just for that extra support. I know that I've done it.
Comfortable, that.
Yeah, but also I think we're kind of focused a lot on airports, but people are just travelling in the UK, going away, so long drives. So I think it's important as well that you take breaks throughout drives, because even if you are the driver, make sure you've got two hands on the wheel, because you don't want one arm, because you're going to cause rotational stress. Making sure that you are doing your pelvic tilts in there as well, and just taking breaks as much as you can.
Yeah, actually, it's so right there. And the other one that I used to do when I was younger was I had an armrest, was lean. I'd drive like a boy racer. So I always turn up to my chiropractor with a scoliosis. I don't have scoliosis, but a curve in your spine. I was causing it by doing that, because I was doing loads of miles. So actually, making sure
both hands on them. Yeah,
that's the reason.
It is. It's for your spine as well.
Yeah, totally. So what else have we got there? Anything else on holiday, Francesca, that you can think of?
So I think that's the start of holiday as well, especially with heavy luggage. I know as well people are going to be, especially mums, dads, if you've got kids with you, holding them on their side, and then you're going to go pick up hand luggage and stuff, make sure you are properly embracing your core and that you are squatting, because I don't want to see this and then just side lunging.
So true. And actually carrying children on your hips, if it's always on the same side, which we normally do because we're dominant on one side, it will create a tilt in your hip, which will create tightness in the muscles, which can then create a problem. It feels like you can't do anything, doesn't it? No. It's like you just try and be more aware of that and kind of change. The other thing is as well, if you're doing that and then you're also rotating backwards because you've got one of the pull trolley suitcases, that's a double whammy, because you're hitching your hip on one side, tightening the muscles, then extending and rotating your spine to then pull the trolleys. The best one is the 4-wheel suitcases. And then if you've got a carrier for your baby or child, it's even better. Like one of the ones that you can just put them in, I think it was called Go Kangaroo or something years ago. And it's like a big swaddle that you'd swaddle your baby and then wrap them round.
Yeah, like the kangaroo
slings? Yeah. Kangaroo slings are best, safe for the hips. And then as they get older, you can use it on the backs as well, which they're brilliant.
I've seen them. I mean, cultural wise as well, they're quite a lot used in other countries.
Definitely, so. And they've been going for ages.
Yeah,
so it's not broken.
years. That was like original.
No, the original carrier. So yeah, they're great for travelling. And then as the child gets older, you can actually use them for toddlers as well as babies. The kangaroo slings. So yeah, you make a really good point there.
Yeah,
awesome.
Right, so probably on holiday is the biggest one for me, is the mattresses. Everyone complains I stayed in a hotel, the mattress was too hard, too soft, or the pillows were too puffy or too slim. This is what we get a lot of, and it's like there's nothing you feel like you can do, but there are stuff you can do, especially with the pillows. So again, how we spoke about with the roll neck of a hoodie, some people actually find it more comfortable that if the pillow isn't the right kind of thing for you, is that you roll up and then you kind of go to sleep on a pillow like that or to the side. Or actually you can take a little pillow with you, so kind of people, I've seen them more now on flights, that people are taking their own small pillows to take on holiday as well, because they're comfortable. You know that you're not, especially if you've got neck problems already, that you're not going to throw out or kind of injure your neck that way through the hotel pillows.
And like you said as well earlier when we were speaking, you can always go and ask to change your pillows.
Absolutely.
Most hotels do. It's a tricky one though. It isn't easy. I prefer a soft mattress. My husband prefers a harder mattress. So we've always got problems anyway. And I think I've only ever been comfortable in 2 hotel beds in all my life.
Yeah, and they always change. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All of them change. So it's you can ask if you have got a chronic back issue, neck issue. You can ask to see if there is an alternative and see if something's better. For you.
I think the best bit of advice is if you know you've got a neck problem in particular, take your own pillow for
take
sure.
Your own pillow, definitely. Or even if you want to use it as a lumbar support, it can go both ways.
Hydration.
Absolutely. So we love to go, as reps, we love to go on holiday to hot places. Think about, we need hydration in general for our discs in our spine. So these here are our discs, and they need to be hydrated because they support our spine. That's what's our shock absorber, and it keeps us well and fit. When you go on holiday, you're going to be very dehydrated. You're going to stay out in the sun. You are going to want to just be in the heat. So we need more hydration for our spine to keep healthy.
That doesn't include wine. I know in some places it's cheaper than water, and I wish it was. I wish it did include the wine, but it doesn't. And if you're drinking, you need even more water to rehydrate yourself as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
So making sure, I think the one that I've always gone by, and it seems to have worked, is take your body weight in pounds and you drink half of that in fluid ounces. This is obviously an American calculation, and you're going to have to convert everything backwards. So it changes as your weight changes as well. You'll need more water, which is quite a good one, quite easy. Whatever you weigh in pounds, half that in fluid ounces, and then you're good to go. That will keep you hydrated. There's a big thing now, big movement, lots of awareness on electrolytes. I do recommend electrolytes, I use them. If you've not got any, just a pinch of good quality salt in the water can help your body to absorb water rather than just drinking plain water. A lot of people are drinking lots, but actually the tissues aren't actually absorbing it because they are low on sodium, low on salts. So that helps to replenish the lost minerals through sweating when you're on holiday basically. Electrolytes even better, certainly if you're on an active holiday in the heat, because that will help to replace any lost electrolytes.
No, it helps it a lot better.
Definitely.
Because you are going to be sweating more, moving more, even if it's with the kids in the pool or anything, you're going to be using your body more actively, so electrolytes would help.
Yeah.
Making sure that you retain that water better.
And it tastes good as well if you get the right
I
ones.
can't agree with you.
Oh no, you've not had what I have.
I've probably had a bad one. But
We'll get this sponsored by my
Yeah,
favourite ones. Movement, you've just been speaking about kids in pools and swimming. I think, sorry, can I butt in one?
No, go ahead.
I'm thinking about it. If you're in a pool and you're swimming, don't do the old lady one, like this breaststroke to keep your hair dry. Because and certainly you've got neck problems because you're going to end up with a bad neck. Swimming like this all the time. So, you know, in for a penny, in for a pound, get your hair wet, dip your head if you're actually swimming, do it properly. That's why I don't swim. It takes too long to dry my hair. Can't be bothered.
you, me.
Just dip in,
Mine's
cool
just a
down, get
frizz
back
on
on it.
holiday. I give up.
Monica.
Yeah, literally. What was I saying? Movement. Yeah, so in the pool, so I think the biggest thing for movement, if you already have back issues or any spinal issues as well, is be careful. Don't want to see you kind of diving into pools and stuff like that if you don't know how to start. And secondly, if you already have this issue because you might strain or throw something off, it's always tempting to, you're going to want to play with your kids in the pool. Just be careful on how you do. If you throw them about, make sure that it's front on, not side on, so that you're not twisting and causing all of
So
this.
you've got back problems, that would just be
So it's
throw
just,
you off.
but water in general is actually really helpful for the spine, so keeping those body movements in the water will help.
Actually, because if you've got arthritis and you struggle exercising, it's really good because it's non-weight bearing. So you're using your muscles in your body, making them stronger. And that could even just be just walking up and down the pool. And that doesn't even have to be abroad. But just walking up and down the pool, you've got a lot of resistance. The deeper the water is, the more resistance, and it looks like more of your body. And so it's actually a really good form of exercise, and a whole body exercise as well. It doesn't actually have to be swimming, or walking, a couple of lunges.
Yeah, I've seen some people doing the side lunges in the pools and stuff. Oh, the lovely old ladies.
Yeah.
Or the aqua classes.
They're
Join
great.
in.
Love our aqua class on holiday. So much fun. Travel friendly stretches.
Yeah, so I think we'll start with the neck because the neck is always my favourite one, and we say these nearly every podcast as well. My favourite one is when you take your hand over your head, and then you put one hand underneath your buttock as well, and then you stretch this way, and then you bring it round as well and do the other side. Or you can go hands behind your neck and just do rolls as well. So this is just to support your neck as well. You can just do it just rolling about and just seeing where's uncomfortable, where you can move further and where you can't. So it's just general stretches of the neck that you can do. I think the biggest one for if you're travelling, so you're going to be walking a lot or you're going to be sitting in a car a lot, is just side twists as well, but very controlled, because I don't want to see someone do like a fast one just to kind of move,
Get it done with. Yeah.
No, because that can also cause complications. So just side twist, side bending as well, because we've got loads of planes of movement in the spine as well, so we just need to make sure that we're moving, rolling back the shoulders. So I like to say with posture as well that you bring it up in an ear shape pattern, so up and back down, so then you can bring back your shoulder back to a neutral position. If you're driving, just make sure hands are on the wheel when you're doing it. But you
can still do them whilst driving as well. So
no, absolutely as well. And then you can also do your pelvic tilts while you're doing it. So as long as you set yourself that either every 20 minutes or every hour, that you just look at the clock and just remind yourself, oh, let me do a few stretches.
Because in an ideal world, you shouldn't really be sitting for longer than 20 minutes without moving. Especially if you have back problems as well, which is an ideal world. I know it's not always practical and possible, but that's the advice that we normally give to people with bad backs. Try and keep moving. Legs, you can do some leg stretches. If you're on an airplane, you can just walking up and down, circling your ankles. A little bit more difficult if you're the driver in the car, for sure. Unless you're on a motorway with cruise control.
Basically.
Just stretching your legs out.
But even bringing your heels up off the ground, engaging your calves and stuff, just to do keep blood moving as well. And then the ankle rolls, as we spoke about. So those are some nice stretches that you can do. I don't know, you probably won't have enough space in a plane to do this, but you can also do like a glute piriformis stretch as well, where you bring your knee up and then over your other leg, hand on the knee, and then you just lean forward just to stretch that glute. But if you don't have space, then that's fine. You can do it. You can stand up and walk about and then get
Do it in the
stretching
back
that
cabin
way.
if nobody's there.
Yeah.
The toilets are. If you're in first class, you've got loads of room. Not so I've heard anyway. So really, where we're at now. So basically, we just run through some stretches there and how you can help yourself more. When you get back from holiday as well, there's some like little bits there again. Carrying luggage. Everyone's really tired, a little bit narky now. You've probably been delayed on your flight if you're travelling through Europe and French airport. What's it called? Traffic control's got anything to do with it on strikes. So just making sure again you stick to the same advice that we've already given you to make sure that you're checking your posture when lifting up the bags. The kids are going to be tired, even more tired than they were when they were little.
So you're probably going to be holding them as well.
Yeah.
So
it goes back to the carrying kids on hips as well, even as you said as well, but going through theme parks when you were talking earlier about carrying kids on hips.
Oh yeah, I see it all the time, especially, and then rotational, and then one handbag on one side as well, the baby bag on one side.
That's another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a little bit like the bending and twisting. But again, it's just making sure that you just look after and do the best that you can for your posture there. And these are all this advice is given in an ideal world. We know that doesn't happen, especially when you've got children. It's more difficult. But sometimes just being aware, and you might think, don't pick the bag up like that, pick it like that. And that split second can make a massive difference to your holiday. And I think that's really what we want to get to.
I think it is. It's just when people come through chiropractic for a while, they go, "Oh, you was in my head in that scenario." Someone came back after holiday after being on a roller coaster, so they're like, "I know you're going to tell me I'm out of alignment. Just kind of bring it back into place," and then I'm going back off holiday on another trip. So it was,
do something else.
some people just do it, and some people just actively remind themselves, because it's about habit at the end of the day, that you actively remind yourself that, oh, I am going to embrace it, and then it will become second nature to you.
100%. And then before it's even a habit, you don't know what you don't know. You might not realise that picking up or carrying your child on your hip is going to create your back problem. You might wonder why on earth you've got this back problem. So it's just that awareness as well.
Absolutely.
I think that covers everything for holiday.
I think so. Yeah.
Other than that, enjoy, have the best time.
What was that?
Hopefully you will enjoy and have the best time now. But any problems or any questions, just drop us a DM or you can comment in the box below. And don't forget to like and follow. We try and get one of these out every month, at the end of the month, after the beginning of the month. And if there's any topics that you want to talk about, or us to talk about, then please drop us in a comment below. Bye for now. Happy holidays.